Bim, guess what? Just gone 8 o'clock. It is Thursday, the 6th of January 2025, apparently. And it is time for Midweek News Update and Opinion, as it's currently called. Not a very good name, I know, but it doesn't matter. Basically, it does exactly what it says on the tin. I'm online, apparently. It tells you my opinions on the week's news. And I do it midweek. Now you think midweek, Thursday's not midweek, Wednesday's midweek. No, Thursday's midweek, because you think about it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's 4. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's 3. So in the middle is Thursday. So yeah, Thursday is midweek. Don't be brainwashed into thinking anything else. Anyway, that's my first opinion, which is true, let's be honest. Let's have a look. IT. Let's have a look at what has been going on in the news this week. So, we used to do it on Sundays, now we do it on Thursdays. So, yeah, we used to start on Monday, but now we start on Friday. Hiya Alan, hiya Andy the cyclist. So, Friday the 10th of January. At least 10 dead and 10,000 buildings have been destroyed in the multiple fires in Los Angeles. New fires are starting, and the world temperatures is 1.6, which is higher than pre-industrial revolutions. Well, 1.6 higher than pre-industrial. Now you think when pre-industrial was quite a long while ago. So I don't think 1.6, yeah it is, it's massive apparently. Hiya Smiley Mac, hope you're well. Everyone's coming on tonight. Trump sentencing, unconditional discharge for his hush money to Stormy Daniels. But he will be the first convicted felon to be sworn in 10 days from his conviction as president for falsifying business records in first degree. Yay. If any of us did that, we wouldn't get a slap on the wrist, we'd get a slam in the prison. Government insisted we have enough gas for winter, but prices may increase. This is after scaremongering that we're going to run out of gas because, well, the Labour government don't want us to drill oil. Well, it said Miliband, isn't he? What a dickhead he is. Doesn't want us to get any oil out the North Sea or any gas out the North Sea, even though it's there. And we need to do something whilst we figure out what we're going to do instead, which is hydrogen and nuclear. It is not electric, and it's certainly not wind power, and it's certainly not solar power. 4 lynx captured in Scotland. They've been illegally released. Lynx being the big cat, predatory cat with the nice furry ears, a bit of fur on top of its ears like that. Very nice. Sadly, one of them passed away overnight following the capture, but they don't know where they came from. West Streeting says grooming gangs. West Streeting says grooming gang rhetoric risks inciting mass violence. So basically what he's saying is we need to protect these, well, they're not grooming gangs, they're rape gangs, aren't they? We need to protect them so that people don't get angry and start rioting again like they did last time. West Streeting, I used to respect him. Not anymore. 11th, Saturday, Canadian and Mexican firefighters join the fight in LA fires. 5 days on, 12,000 buildings have now been destroyed. President Zelensky of Ukraine says they have captured 2 North Korean soldiers. He says they are training, not war. Training, not war? What? Oh, they're captured in Kursk. Sorry, lost my track then, couldn't read my own writing. Rachel Reeves says $600 million from a visit to China, as the pound is falling and economic is in turmoil, is a good recovery. £600 million won't even touch any of the 36 billion they're after. And why are we giving control to China, of all the countries in the world? This government is just selling out to everyone. More of that later. At least 16 dead on Sunday the 12th in the continuing fires in LA. Although there is a glimmer of hope that these fires may start be getting under control. Yeah, we're going to have a look at them later on. Someone's done an analogy or an example, if you play a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5, of the areas that have been burnt. And it kind of makes you think, I mean, obviously, it's not the same, but we've all seen videos of Grand Theft Auto 5, and then, or videos of Los Angeles, and then you think, I've seen that in Grand Theft Auto 5, whatever. But yeah, absolutely bonkers. A nurse is stabbed in the Royal Oldham Hospital. A man was arrested. Apparently, he was impatient. He didn't want to wait anymore. There's not even words to describe people like that. Off-duty officer and a man are killed by a lorry after helping in Yorkshire. So an off-duty policewoman stopped to help someone whose car had either broken down or had a minor accident, and one of the drivers and herself were killed by an articulated lorry that had lost control. 13th, Monday, not Friday, still a bad day though. Starmer is completely confident of his team and has full confidence in Rachel Reeves, even though the economy is going through the plug hole. Of course, whenever a Prime Minister says, I have full respect and full confidence in blah blah blah, it usually means they're gone within a month. I mean, we saw it a lot with the Tories, we've seen it with managers of football teams. You know, the board of directors say, oh, we have every confidence that, you know, they're going to turn this round and everything will be okay, and, you know, they've got our backing and they've got a contract or whatever, and 2 days later they've been sacked. Oh, please God, let Rachel Reeves be sacked. Idiot Starmer, indeed. Death toll reaches 24 in the US fires, but 23 people are missing. 34 people have been arrested, and this is from looting. Unbelievable that people will take advantage in such a situation to break into houses that have been, well, people have been told to evacuate. So yeah, no sympathy for those people. President-elect Trump calls the officials incompetent. Has he got a mirror? Asking for a friend. Nicola Sturgeon, remember her? No, me neither. Apparently she was something to do with the SNP. No, me neither. Something to do with Scotland. No, me neither. Anyway, she announces that she is going to have a separation from her criminal husband, alleged, who got allegedly caught embezzling money from the SNP. So she's now going to distance herself from him. So if you're embezzling money and you're very rich from doing this, and you've not been caught yet, give Nicola a call. You might get on well there. Kemi Badenoch, just for those who don't know, she's the current leader of the Tory party. She comes out of hiding, saying that state bodies failed the rape gang victims. Perpetrators are from medieval and poor peasant backgrounds. She says what she thinks, doesn't she, Kemi? I don't know whether I like it or don't like it. I mean, at least she's got some balls. She's got bigger balls than Keir Starmer had when he was in opposition, I'll give her that. But, yeah, I don't know whether we need another Boris Johnson. Or maybe we do. Who knows? Hi, Angela. Hope you're good. Starmer pushes for more AI, making the UK a world leader in AI technology. So basically, in Terminator 2, he's the guy that we've got to stop. So to stop the, you know, World War, whatever it is, when the robots take over. Keir Starmer and that Musk guy. Everyone's just saying hello to each other. I know it's a lot of pink things on the thing, but it's waving. Rachel Reeves on Tuesday the 14th. A month of Valentine's Day. Don't worry, folks, there will be a long list Valentine's Day thing, as long as it's not on a Tuesday. Let's have a look. No, it's on a Friday. We're okay, we're clear. Rachel Reeves on Tuesday the 14th faced backlash in Commons. The pound has slumped again, and repayment interest rates have soared to a highest in 17 years. And they borrowed all this money. They borrowed more money than any other government since the last Labour government. Who knew? Tulip Siddiq stands down after being accused of fraud. Now, she was the... Well, was it fraud? It was... what's the word? Begins with C. Corruption. being accused of being involved in the corruption of Bangladeshi. Her auntie or grandma, whatever, was the president of Bangladesh, and lots of money got embezzled. It's Embezzlement Day today, isn't it? We were talking about Nicola Sturgeon before. Now, she wasn't directly involved, this Tulip Siddiq, apparently. She was found not guilty of anything, but she decided to resign anyway, because she was the person in charge. I saw the pinky sticking out. Oh yeah, oh, it's Jax. I was Sadis Manser. Hello, welcome. Yeah, we saw the... Oh, I know who you are. Yeah. Mum's birthday. Excellent. So yeah, the where were we up to? Tulip Siddiq stood down now. She wasn't directly involved, but she was involved, but maybe not in the embezzlement and the fraud bit. But she was the head of looking for corruption in Parliament and other places, and she was accused of being corrupt. She had to go. Anyway, she finally went, and now she's not here anymore. Well, she is, but she's not here. She's never been here. It's not like she's not been here before. She's never been here. This is my house. What's she doing here? Get out. Probably trying to take some money off me. I don't know. I haven't got any. Go away. Biden says ceasefire is on the brink in Gaza, and he wants to get it done before Trump. Of course he does, because Trump will take all the benefit from this. Although I think the fact that Trump's coming along and he's basically said all hell will break loose, I think that's kind of stimulated minds a little bit. A bit like Oasis, when they decided to reform not long after Noel had a £14 million divorce settlement. Yeah, it kind of makes you think differently, doesn't it, when something like that happens? So Trump coming along and suddenly Hezbollah and IDF are like, maybe we should, before Trump gets in. But we will see. We will see. Tony Slattery passed away, aged 65. He was the young guy on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Back in the 80s and 90s. I always thought he was very funny. Always made me laugh when he was on. I watched the show religiously. Whenever he was on, I knew it was going to be a good show. Him and that Canadian guy with the glasses and the curly hair, they were really, really funny. Kind of bounced off each other as well. But sadly, had a lot of mental health issues, and which he talked about openly. He also went very political as well. I don't understand why people go political. You wouldn't get me going political. Keir Starmer, what a tosser. Yeah, Tony Slattery sadly passed away aged 65. Now, a lot of people say that I don't look my age, which is very old indeed. In fact, Tony Slattery is not that much older than I am. But he looked about 85, so he's obviously gone through some hell at some point. But at least he's at peace now. The police try again to arrest the former president of South Korea following his impeachment, but crowds were all over the place trying to stop them getting into his compound. If I was him, I'd have moved out by now and gone somewhere else where they won't find me. Wednesday the 15th, which was yesterday. It seems weird saying yesterday when it's Wednesday, but it is Thursday, so it is yesterday, so it's not that weird really. It's just it used to be yesterday when it was Saturday, but that's because I was doing it on Sunday, but we're not doing it on Thursday, so yesterday now is Wednesday, and today's now Thursday. How are we keeping up with this? I can't get my head around it. 15th of January, Wednesday, Israel and Hamas agree a ceasefire to start on Sunday in 3 phases. Don't hold your breath. Surprise drop in inflation to 2.5%. It was 2.7%. Reasons for this given were something to do with hotel prices coming down, which I can't really see being a big thing. How many people use hotels? Oh yeah, okay then. I said that without thinking. We all know people who use hotels. Maybe the government have decided that they don't want to pay as much, so they drop the prices themselves, and that's brought inflation down. But you've got to bear in mind that the retail sector, including in November, because it's like a 3-month thing, isn't it, the inflation thing. We've had Black Friday. We've had sales before Christmas, particularly in clothes shops, things like that. And obviously the sales after Christmas as well. That's going to impact inflation. I've noticed food prices are still going up. No excuse for that. 3 arrested for the stabbing of the 14-year-old boy on a bus in London the previous week. Tragic situation. Young lad, 14, just on his way to or from school, is murdered in broad daylight. Absolutely horrendous what's going on. Linda Nolan, she of the Nolan sisters. I'm in the mood for dancing, romancing, that kind of thing. She's passed away at the age of 65 after a very, very long fight with cancer. Her sisters, surviving sisters, because a few of them have passed away, to be fair, were round a bedside in their hospital in Blackpool. Biden delivers his farewell speech. If I was reading it out, it probably would have took about 15 minutes. Biden reading it out, 3.5 hours. Thursday the 16th. That's today. Today. It's a brave new world. It's not really. Yvette Cooper announces a rapid national audit into grooming gangs. Now, an audit to me is counting them. Are we going to count the group rape gangs? I keep calling them grooming gangs. They're not. They're rape gangs. Are we going to count rape gangs and say, oh well, you've got 7 in yours, and you've only got 4 in yours. So if 2 of yours go over there, that'll even it out a bit. It's like, what? This government, I tell you, far too little, too late. She said that's what the Tories had done when they were in power. I think what she's doing is far little, far too late as well. She does say though that they're going to do stronger sentences to people who groom. And invest in getting more prosecutions, which means more police, which means more money, which means more loans, which means more interest payments, which means more taxes. But we've got to do something about these gangs and the lack of empathy from Starmer and co. He said last week or earlier on this week, the weeks are all a bit muddled up at the minute because I'm doing it midweek, so it might be this week, might be last week, I don't know. But he said anyone who wanted a national inquiry was far right. What is it with keeping far right? And then he goes on about the £22 million, £1 billion black hole. He's still going on about that. You've been in charge for 6 months now, 7 months nearly. How? I don't know. Needs to be gone. Teenager is found guilty for the murder of Thanain Andam, the young girl who was stabbed over a dispute over a teddy bear. We'll find the sentence either tomorrow or early next week. Keir Starmer's in Kyiv. Putin, do us all a favour. No. And he signed a 100-year deal with Ukraine. This is a Prime Minister who's been in charge of the country for 7 months, has signed a 100-year deal saying we'll stand with Ukraine for 100 years. What the hell? What is this guy? He's off his head. We will play a part in its defence as well. Does that mean we're going to send troops in now, even though the war isn't over yet? Or are we going to wait for the war to be over and then send our troops in? Which won't upset Putin by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? We had another death, third death in 3 days. This time it's David Lynch, the famous director, who also did TV shows as well, including that weird one that I didn't write the name down of, Twin Peaks, and other bonkers stuff. A lot of people like that kind of thing. It's not for me, I'll be honest with you. But anyway, he's passed away at age 78. And breaking-ish news, Israel accuses Hamas of last-minute blackmail over the possible peace deal. We'll find out later on whether or not there is actually going to be a peace deal or not. Someone Evans, of course, always says the same thing. 22 billion black hole and inherited from previous government. Never has anything new to say. You're right, Alan. As I wrote in the local paper months ago, and it's still valid now. I write a column in the paper. You go onto Wigan Today website, go into opinions, and look for a photograph of a snowy road and snowmen. You'll see my column, which is online and also in the paper, and you can read about it. But I did say, let's play Keir Bingo, and every time Keir or any of his cronies appear on TV, they always seem to mention inherited £22 million black hole, not easy decisions, We'll get back to you. We can't give a specific date, but we'll get back to you. Just loads and loads of stuff. And he's still saying the same stuff now, and it's like 6 months on. I mean, the most incompetent Prime Minister. I mean, I think even Liz Truss looks good compared to him. No, maybe not. Anyway, this is the news that amuses me. My amusing news. It's also got a few photographs from the more serious news as well, but this is the news that makes you go, such as my husband's dying wish was to make people think he led a double life. I mean, this is genius, to be fair. Absolutely top drawer stuff. We had 3 blacked out Land Rovers follow the cortege, and actors in suits and trench coats observed the funeral from a distance. Oh, I think when I snuff it, I'll get people from we'll get Labour councillors coming and sticking a pin in me in the coffin just to make sure I am dead. That's after I've fallen out the 6th floor window of the hotel they're allegedly building, because I imagine that's how they're going to get me. TikTok confirms it will shut down in the United States on January the 19th, so 3 days. TikTok announced it will cease US operations on January the 19th, 2025, due to a federal law requiring ByteDance to de-invest from the platform. Despite legal appeals, the ban remains in place, impacting over 170 million US users. The shutdown is expected to benefit competitors like Meta and Google. Negotiations for a resolution are ongoing, but no agreement has been reached. So basically, I mean, what trying to get out of kids dancing stupidly and doing the floss or whatever thing? I don't know. But anyway, Toyota announces plans to make space rockets. I mean, I kind of fell in love with Toyota, even though I've never had a Toyota car. That's probably why. Because they're really pushing for hydrogen. And the problem is, not many other companies are. Although BMW and Toyota now are kind of linking together to push it a bit further. And BMW are pulling back from electric cars because they're not the future. But now they're on about making rockets. The Toyota motor is moving into the space industry with nearly a $45 million investment, saying there should be more than just one car company exploring rocket launchers. Tesla. On Monday, during the CES 2025, the major tech trade show in Las Vegas with all the latest gadgets, Chairman Akio Toyoda revealed the car maker is investing $44.4 million, or 7 billion yen, into Interstellar Technologies, a private Japanese space flight company. It'd be interesting to see what, if anything, comes from that. But you have to remember, the future of mobility shouldn't be limited to just Earth. Oh. Lisa Nandy says public should not be worried about the trouble in financial markets. Well, she wouldn't be, would she? Because she's from a very rich family. Adding, Minister rejects Labour Mayor Andy Burnham's call for a grooming inquiry. Now, she's the Wigan MP, I'm sad to say, and I'm also sad to say that I'm not a big fan of hers, particularly when I can find it. I need to download it, so just bear with me a minute. They had the vote, if you remember, on the there it is. Oh, no, that's on it. Is that it? No, that's on it. Is that it? Well, that's it. That's the one. They had the vote on the national inquiry into the rape gangs, and what they do is they do it in the House of Commons, and then some selected people then come up with the results, and then they read the results out. Now, being in government and being a government minister, as the results are read out, I would have assumed that Lisa Nandy knew what the results were going to be. And this is a still that I took from, if I can find it again, just bear with me, I've just downloaded it, but this is a still I took from the news channels of Lisa Nandy stood in the background. She's the one with her arms folded and a pink t-shirt blouse thing on. Grinning like, oh, hang on, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was, that. There you go. Grinning like a Cheshire cat. I mean, talk about lack of respect for victims of rape. Talk about lack of compassion. Talk about, oh, genuinely, that when I saw that and she's grinning there like that, it made me feel physically sick. And this is our government. This is the people who are controlling everything in our country and giving it away by the looks of things, every opportunity that they can. Absolute disgrace. And just for that alone, I think she should be deselected. Anyway, let's cheer things up. Let's have a look at a sloth in a car. I'll tell you what, we do fling from one extreme to the other, don't we? We talk about rape gangs and now we're looking at a cute sloth on the steering wheel of a car. A Brazilian man left his car window open overnight. The next morning he found a sloth hanging from the steering wheel. And I have absolutely no idea how a sloth got into a car, even with the window open, and how it would know it's hanging from the steering wheel. Maybe he wanted to take it for a test drive, but either way, yeah, quite amusing. Could all people of Africa, Afghanistan, India, Pakistan and Syria donate just £5 to help the flood victims of Great Britain? Obviously it's a meme, but quite a decent one. And then we've got this, which is Volvo Island. Never heard of Volvo Island, it's famous. A 2001 Volvo got stuck on a tiny island which has officially been named Volvo Island because it's a Volvo. It's in the middle of a lake, or it could be a river, don't really know. And you can see it from satellite, and it's actually got Google Maps or whatever put Volvo Island on it. Absolutely amazing. First morning after Sweden changed from driving on the left side to the right side of the road. We can see there absolute chaos in a high street somewhere. There's a better picture of it there. There are cars everywhere, people everywhere. It's just absolute carnage. But yeah, I never understand why you would change. Whatever you do, just keep it, because it seems ridiculous. Just change it, because overnight you're just going to get head-on crashes. Have you ever noticed how quick children grow up, particularly if you're watching a TV show with children in it? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Stranger Things, which is meant to be consecutive years. Stranger Things 1, I don't know the name of the character, but a very young boy there. Stranger Things 2, teenager. Stranger Things 3, a late teen. Stranger Things 4, and it's Jim Carrey out of Dumb and Dumber. Just in case you're wondering which character it was. But yeah, it is amazing how the kids kind of grew up literally overnight in that TV show. That's an old picture. It is a very old picture, but that's when they did it. Someone posted, this is old as well, but still funny. Hey, can someone remind me to cancel my Spotify Premium in 3 months? And then 3 months later, you should cancel your Spotify Premium. And then the original person has put, Ollie, thank you, I completely forgot. Genius. Just love stuff like that. This is an interesting one as well. You know, you get a doppelganger, you know, oh, I bet someone who looks just like you and all that kind of thing. I get it all the time. Not favourably most of the time. People who find themselves in museums. So there's a young guy there who's mimicking a painting of a young guy who looks like the young guy who's mimicking the painting of a young guy. There's another guy here who looks very much like the guy in the picture, although the guy in the picture is some kind of priest, and the guy in the photograph is just some guy with headphones on. And then we've got a woman who is pretty much the spitting image of a painting of some kind of queen or princess. I mean, these are genius. This is one of my favourites. A guy there who is literally the guy in the painting. I mean, yeah, there's no doubt about it. This one's a good one as well. A young girl, and there's a younger girl in the picture, but it definitely looks like exactly the same person. I'm going to do this next time I go to a museum. Not that I ever go to museums. This one, a guy with long hair and a little tash and like a goatee thing going on, and there's a painting of some kind of prince or rich person in the background who mimics him. My absolute favourite is this one, which is an old guy with old guy with a white beard. It looks a bit like Father Christmas, but without the garb on. And the painting that he stood in front of is an old guy with a Father Christmas beard, but in armour. And he's even recreated the look and everything over his shoulder. It's I love it. It's just brilliant. And then my last one, and this 100% is the same guy. I'm not having anyone say anything different. Either that or it's his granddad or someone, because that is just ridiculous. It's I mean, little things you find like that every now and then online just make me smile. And we need stuff to smile about, don't we, with all the crap going on around the world. In the 1700s, pineapples cost $8,000 in today's dollars, and people used to rent pineapples to show off to guests. They were expensive for a few reasons. First, they were rare and exotic fruit in the 1700s and 1800s, and they could only be grown in certain conditions, which meant they had to be imported from the Caribbean, or grown in speciality hothouses. And there were only 2 hothouses in England at the time. So I've heard of this before, that the people would actually rent a pineapple to have in the house for people to look at, but you couldn't eat it or anything, because you'd have to send it back after your dinner party or whatever it was, because you couldn't afford to eat it because it was just too expensive, and you make a lot of money from that. I should have been a pineapple grower. Meanwhile, we've got a AI image of an elderly couple who are in blue because they are cold. The room's in blue. They're holding on some mugs. They've got some candles on a table which is covered in snow or frost, and they've got a bowl of soup between them. Yet both of them have still got Labour rosettes on them, but I don't think they'll be voting Labour. Again, I've said this before many times. People say, "Oh, I vote Labour because my granddad voted Labour." I'm like, yeah, but your granddad wouldn't vote Labour now, would he? Sadly, probably vote Reform. But anyway, he definitely wouldn't vote Labour, because Labour are not for the working people. They're not even for the British people at the minute. I might change my religion. I might get on further if I do that. I haven't got religion, by the way. I'm a devout atheist. Each pineapple plant only produces 1 pineapple per year. Fact. Alright, so the hothouses things that they have would only do a very small amount of pineapples. So yeah, that makes sense then. Nigel Farage has clearly branched out into a whole new industry, and this is Reform Fetish Store, and it's basically an adult store which is called Reform. I see where they're getting the joke from. It's actually quite a clever joke. What I don't understand is why my clothes are actually in the window there. They went missing a few months ago, and I didn't know where they'd gone, and turns out they're in a shop window. Unbelievable. Due to freezing temperatures, schools are advising parents to wear 2 pairs of pyjamas when picking the kids up. Thank you. Which is good advice there for parents all over the country. Would you all buy from Nigel's new store? I tell you what I would do. No, because he's probably wore them all. First Aussie Wendy's to open tomorrow. Obviously it's open now. The fast food giant Wendy's is preparing to open its first Aussie store as part of a major expansion that hopes to see 200 venues down under by 2034. The chain's flagship store on the Gold Coast will be serving US favourites like the classic double Baconator and spicy chicken sandwich. from tomorrow when this was posted. Don't say who's wearing the clothes. Nigel Farage. Spandex. Ooh. And 2025 is here, and thankfully the Conservatives did not follow through with this. We plan to cut all homeless people in half by 2025. I think the grammar's slightly wrong there, although you never know with the Tories. Well, Labour will just freeze them to death, so that's fine. Man dressed as firefighter arrested for burglary in Malibu fire zone, sheriff says. A man masquerading as a firefighter was among several people arrested in the Los Angeles area over the weekend on charges of burglarising homes in a mandatory evacuation fire zone. The man dressed as a firefighter was arrested on Saturday in the Malibu area, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff. I'm not going to America, Alan, to Australia. I don't know where the nearest Wendy's is round here. No doubt, we'll find out in about a minute. I've done that one. That's the one. O.J. Simpson's car chase was Domino Pizza's busiest day ever. On June the 17th, 1994, over 95 million viewers tuned in to watch O.J. Simpson's infamous white Ford Bronco chase, use the term loosely. As captivated audience stayed glued to their TVs, Domino's Pizza had its busiest day ever, rivaling Super Bowl Sunday sales. While Domino's has since grown to 10,000 global locations, the company downplays the incident's impact, calling it a bizarre blip with no lasting influence on its brand success. But yeah, if you weren't around in 1994, or you weren't aware, O.J. Simpson was a famous former American football player and TV pundit, and he was in a few movies as an actor as well, usually playing himself. He was accused of a murder. There was a massive trial and everything, but before the trial there was a police chase that went on for literally, I think, all day, but it went on at about 30 miles an hour. It was the slowest police chase ever. You watch these lights, camera, action things, or you watch these dash cam footages of everything, and police stop and all that kind of thing, and they're going 100 billion miles an hour. This was like he was going for a Sunday drive, and behind him, you can't see it there, but behind him there was like 30 police cars. It was Preston. There's a Wendy's in Preston. Okay, when it gets lighter, I'll go to Wendy's and do a review. Cheer Alan up. While Domino's has since grown, but no, it was an amazing global event. And, I mean, most people in the UK and the rest of the world had no idea who O.J. Simpson was. It was also famous for the, like Cinderella and the glass slipper and everything. Well, they were going to prove that he was the murderer because he had some leather gloves, and he tried to put these leather gloves on, and they were like women's gloves, and he's got man's hands, and they wouldn't fit. So he was trying to say, well, these are not my gloves. I couldn't fit these gloves on, so it wasn't me who carried out the murder and all that. He ended up going to prison anyway over something else, I think, and he died a couple of years ago. But yeah, it was a worldwide event. This very sedate police chase in America for, like I say, 3 months. There's a statue that honours all the laboratory mice that lost their lives in order to further scientific research. The monument to the laboratory mouse is a sculpture in Novorossiysk in Siberia. It is located in a park in front of the Institute of Cytology and Genetics of the Russian Academy of Sciences, and was completed on July the 1st, 2013. Coincidentally, the 120th anniversary of the founding of the city. So yeah, in Russia there is the statue of a mouse in honour of all the mice that have lost their lives in order to keep humans alive. It's very peculiar. But anyway, it's Russians, so what do you expect? Now this is weird. I didn't see this anywhere else. I was aged 3 or 4 in 1994. Right, so you won't remember it then. Charles Darwin's grave spray painted. The grave of a naturalist, not naturist, Charles Darwin, widely known for his theory of evolution, has been spray painted orange by protesters in London. Two Just Stop Oil, of course, supporters entered Westminster Abbey about 10 a.m. local time on Monday and wrote 1.5 is dead on top of the grave, referencing a report that found the global average temperature exceeded the 1.5 degree limit for the first time annually. And you're like, right, okay then, yeah, it's 1.5. It was actually 1.6, but 1.5 was like, where we can't go over 1.5. We're now at 1.6. And these numpties have spray painted Charles Darwin's grave. And you're like, I'm pretty sure Charles Darwin was a naturalist, therefore he loved the planet. So why are they punishing him? Why are they defacing his grave? When if he was alive now, he'd be on the telly telling everyone that we need to stop global warming. I mean, whether he's right or not is another thing. But it just shows that the Just Stop Oil people should literally be put in a cargo container and just dropped off in the middle of the sea. Because I've got no time for these muppets. Absolutely not. Why are we wasting oxygen on them? It's just the logic of that. It's like the one who superglued himself to the top of a London Underground train. The London Underground being the most environmentally friendly way of travelling around London other than bicycle. Absolute. Ugh. Anyway, let's move on. We have foreign interference laws in this country, Australia, and Australian elections are a matter for Australians, says Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister. He's warned Elon Musk not to intervene in Australia's upcoming election. His comments in an interview with 9 newspapers come as Musk has been using his wealth and influence to promote conservative politicians around the world, including Germany and in the UK. You've also got to remember as well that Elon Musk is a James Bond villain. I mean, he just is. Think about it. He's got these massive factories everywhere. He's got millions and millions and millions of pounds. He's pretending to save the planet. He's got rockets that shoot off that could easily carry missiles. And he's practically bumming Donald Trump. So yeah, he's a very dangerous man indeed. More than 600 staff investigated. Again, and this is in Australia. Victorian police have investigated more than 600 of its own employees in the past 5 years over alleged sexual and family violence offences. Those staff members, both sworn and unsworn, so that is, actual police officers and then backroom staff, were under investigation for rape, child sex offences, sexual harassment, predatory behaviour and family violence, alleged to have occurred both on and off duty. Now, we keep going on about the problems we have in Britain, and it's it's terrible, it's all to do with Brexit, it's all to do with the governments or whatever. All this is happening all over the world. And I always think, if you're a predator, one of the best jobs to get into is police, because everyone trusts the police. And sadly, that's how they take advantage of the situation. So even in Australia, they're doing it. Now, I mentioned before the fires in LA, and if you're a gamer, i.e. you play games, just to clarify, not a mayor who's homosexual, a gamer, you can, you literally driven around Los Angeles, or interpretation of, obviously massively shrunk down, but you can recognise certain points when you see videos or photographs or news reports in LA before the fires, and you recognise, oh yeah, I've driven past that in the game and all that kind of stuff. Well, someone's done a map of, has put the burning of LA onto the map of GTA, and that is quite an area. I'm not sure if my Vinewood, is the sign gone? No, the sign's still there, I think. But yeah, it just gives you an idea of the scale of what is going on there. There's another picture as well. I don't think I've done it actually, have I? No, there's another picture as well that shows the amount of area that has burnt compared to other alleged massive fires in America, and they're literally like a postage stamp on a 75-inch TV, even with the barcode on. I'll let you have that. But yeah, it's just shocking, the amount of damage. And now there are reports that it may be teenagers who've started it, either deliberately or accidentally, because the fire seems to have seated where a lot of teenagers used to hang out. So hopefully it isn't. Hopefully it's just nature. But if it is, then hopefully the full force of the law will come down on these reckless people. And there we go. Whose Line Is It Anyway? Star Tony Slattery dies of a heart attack at age 65. Tony Slattery was famous for appearing on the comedy improvisation shows on Channel 4 and BBC Radio. He was also on Have I Got News For You and various other TV shows before having his mental health issues that he, like I say, he spoke openly about. He was just getting back on his feet as well. He just started a new tour and all that kind of thing, but he didn't look, you know, he's young there. That's when he was famous. Yeah, it's just horrific. And I said to my mum once, when, you know, people were dying, like rock stars and things like that, that she remembers, and pop stars and, you know, film stars and, you know, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby and all that kind of thing. Doesn't it scare you that the people you used to watch when you were a child are dying? And now I'm going through that. Problem is, Tony Slattery, I wasn't a child. There's not many years between me and, sadly, the age of him passing. But yeah, mental health is a bastard. Although a heart attack they say it was, so, you know, that's at least it was natural. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. Anyway, scientists suggest that tap water may have links to dementia. The research warns of a link between soft water and dementia. Sorry? What? So we can't drink water now. Now, to be fair, I don't drink tap water. I hate tap water. I think it's horrendous. So I only drink bottled water. But of course that's bad for you as well, because you're actually ingesting microparticles of plastic from the bottle. Of course you are. That's why I look like Michael Jackson, because I've got that much plastic in me. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? To something very serious indeed. I don't know whether this is made up or not, but if it is, genius. If it's not, oh my God, how could this happen? We're all proud of getting promoted. You know, if you get promoted, when I become an area manager and everything for a game, for Microbyte, I was made up and everything. Yeah. Stacey Swallows is now a manager at Siemens. Siemens being the German engineering company. Sorry. You'd change your name, wouldn't you? You would. Get married or something. Really? My sister-in-law once said if you put iodine in water, it helps dementia patients. I nearly fell off my chair. That's the dementia, Angela. Meanwhile, in Australia, a supermarket giant is to ban knife sales. Coles, which is the equivalent of Asda, Sainsbury's, whatever, has announced it will no longer sell kitchen knives across the country after a staff member was allegedly stabbed by a 13-year-old boy in Queensland. In a statement today, the supermarket giant said the safety of our team members and customers is our #1 priority across all aspects of our business. Talk about a mallet to smash a walnut. If you're that worried about it, all you need to do is put them in them plastic things that can only get opened when you get to the till. You know, like they do with cream and butter nowadays. No, I'm joking. Tesco, Sheila's brown bread. Someone's put R.I.P. Sheila. Sheila's brown bread. Yeah, it's actual brown bread, not Sheila's brown bread dead. Meanwhile, born in this day, 1972 TV presenter Claudia Winkleman. There's a picture there of Liam Gallagher with a fringe. Talking of Claudia Winkleman, I am loving this series of The Traitors. I don't like Claudia Winkleman. I don't watch her anything else, but she's good in this. And I do like traitors. Something about traitors I really like. I think I'd be good on traitors. As a traitor, obviously. Buzzard County. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, it's Guinness. Not bodies, but yeah, better than tap water anyway. Traitors is only 7 minutes. Although, sorry, I'm recording it. I can always fast forward the boring bits. Are you storing your cheese in the fridge? Experts say you should be leaving it on the counter. And then there's a picture of a pit bull looking very, very like shifty. Yeah, leave your cheese on the counter. I won't eat it. Honest Gav. This is horrific. The moment you realise Kim Kardashian looks like a Pokemon. Is that Mewtwo, whatever. Mewtwo, I think it is. I don't know who it is, I don't know. But yeah, what is going on with that body? Kim Kardashian, Jesus Christ. It's enough to turn a straight man weird. NATO jet scrambled as Russian launches massive aerial strike on Ukraine, thanks T. This was not reported anywhere, but apparently NATO jets were scrambled. Obviously nothing happened, but we will wait to find out. Mewtwo, yeah, yay! I never played Pokemon in my life, but I know who Mewtwo is. So this is in Wales. If you've ever been to Wales, and Wales is quite local to Wigan, you'll notice that everywhere the signs have Welsh and then English. To be fair, normally the other way around, Welsh first and then English. Or is it that way? I don't know. Either way, that's the law. If you've got a sign with writing on it, you've got to have the Welsh and the English on it because they want to keep the Welsh language going, which is fair enough. Technically, it's a different country, so I don't have a problem with it. So they've done this sign here, and it basically says in English, no entry for heavy goods vehicles, residential site only. And someone's put, there is a legal requirement for road signs to be both English and Welsh. So in this case, the official of the Highways Department emailed the English wording to the translator, and after receiving a reply, proceeded to have the sign made up and installed. Unfortunately, a few weeks later, Welsh-speaking drivers began to call up to point out that the Welsh reads, I am currently out of the office, please submit any work to the translation team. It's like a punchy news at 10. Oh, I'm more than punchy, mate. I use swear words and everything. But that's... So basically it says in English, no entry for heavy goods vehicles, residential site only. And in Welsh it says, I'm currently out of the office, please submit any work to the translation team. Yeah, if you have any opinions, Buzzard, join in. We won't be offended. It's all about discussions. UK smartest dog Harvey knows over 200 words, including all 203 of his toys. Harvey knows the names of 203 of his toys and is able to fetch them all for his owner. The Brennan 6-year-old has been branded one of the world's brightest canines. Now my cat, you can't train cats, we know that, but she understands food, she understands outside or go out, she understands night-night, because if I come upstairs and I'm just coming upstairs and I'm not going to bed, I don't say night-night, she follows me up. If I say night-night, she stays downstairs and sleeps downstairs because she's not allowed in the bedroom. I'm pretty sure she understands see you later, because if I say see you later, that means I've gone to work and I won't be back for a while. And I also say see you in a bit as well. And she knows no. So she's got, I reckon she knows about 10 words, and she understands what, obviously a name, that's 2 because it's silence and sigh. So yeah, I think my cat's quite intelligent, but we'll have to wait and see whether or not she wins Pet Mastermind. Talking of intelligence, oh no, sorry, it's Jeremy Clarkson. He says Trump should buy Britain after declaring he wants Greenland. We talked about this last week. Creepy Jeremy Clarkson says the MAGA man himself, Donald Trump, should be free to buy Britain following the Orange Man Baby's declaration that he wants to take over Greenland. Not my words. This is the Daily Star's words. I should have read that before I read it, if you know what I mean. Woman takes a dump on the shop floor so her partner can steal £400 worth of stuff. Police in Florida, US say a manhunt is underway for 2 shoplifters after a woman took a dump on a shop floor so her male accomplice could steal around £400 worth of cleaning products to clean up the shit. He wasn't stealing it, he was going to tidy up after his girlfriend who was, who had, I don't know, what's the term I'm looking for? Some kind of bowel problem. This is what we were talking about before. A nurse fighting for life after A&E stabbing. Attacked by patient having to wait. A nurse was stabbed at the Royal Oldham Hospital A&E on Saturday night and is in a critical condition with what are believed to be life-changing injuries. A 37-year-old man has been arrested. No other details on this 37-year-old man. I'm not saying anything, but I'd be very surprised if... looks like that man there. NHS hospitals hiring corridor nurses for virus patients stuck in hallways. Flu-hit NHS hospitals are advertising for corridor nurses to look after patients stuck in busy hallways as health service faces unprecedented demand for beds. Love JC, Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, it's obviously tongue-in-cheek. He doesn't mean it. Uri Geller, what a wanker. I mean, spoonbender Uri Geller offers Donald Trump to use his island as a military base. Well-known spoonbender and wanker Uri Geller has offered Donald Trump the use of his island as a US military base after the president-elect's call to take over Greenland. Problem is, his island's no bigger than Volvo Island. You know, you remember Volvo Island, don't you? Wasn't that long ago. Come on, you remember Volvo Island. Look, Volvo Island. That's how big Uri Geller's island is. It's the same size as Volvo. What happens to the nurses who get caught? Exactly. It just seems a absolute mess, to be fair. Dominic Cummings is behind Elon Musk's odd rampaging assault into UK politics. Senior government sources claim Dominic Cummings is behind Elon Musk's incessant posting and strange obsession with the UK and Australia. For his constant jabs at Sir Keir Starmer. So yeah, he's, like I said before, he is a Bond villain. I've lost where I'm up to. There I am. This is what the Earth will look like afterwards. No. Scientists pinpoint 5 locations they think could be the real gates to hell. What? Scientists? You should know better. There's no such thing as heaven or hell. Pregnant mum addicted to sucking on dirty nappies says the more we, the better. My Strange Addiction, a TV show, explored the wild obsession of Keisha, a pregnant woman from New York who was bizarrely addicted to sucking and chewing on dirty nappies. Now, number of questions. Why and how? Someone texted me while I'm doing a live stream. It's very annoying. Elon Musk ketamine use is responsible for recent X rampage, says an expert. So it's not Dominic Cummings after all. I mean, who didn't see that coming? Well, Dominic Cummings, because his eyes went bad, didn't he, when he had COVID. Elon's recent rampage on his social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, has many wondering if Musk's ketamine usage is that a well-known thing? Is responsible for his thoughts and actions? Or is it known that he does ketamine? I don't know. Reggae. Western civilization is about to collapse, and not because of World War III, says an expert. These experts are all tossers, you know. An American author and expert, well, he's American, so there you go, claims that the end of Western civilization is more likely due to the erosion of free thought and the rise of cancel culture, and less likely to be global war. No, it's going to be global cyber war, because everything is now on the interweb, and as soon as they shut down the interweb, then the whole world will go insane. Adorable baby gorilla rescued from cage on a plane from Nigeria to Thailand. A 5-month-old baby gorilla has been found on the cargo hold of a Turkish Airlines flight. Zookeepers are debating what to do with the stowaway. The public have named him Zeetin, because he's sitting down in the picture. No. Britain sees record low sperm donations as births from donors triple. The UK is now offering free sperm analysis as the country sees record low sperm donations but a rise in births, as the initiative comes alongside a £10 increase in donor compensation. Compensation? I mean, it's not something I would ever consider doing, obviously. Why would you want more of me out there? Especially with this nose. I mean, look at that. There wouldn't be enough room on the planet if there's more of me out there. But yeah, it's weird. UK snowmaps predict 15 centimetre an hour Arctic blitz in a 30-hour storm. UK weather maps show a 30-hour snow blizzard could soon hit the UK, with 50 centimetres per hour flurries coming in an Arctic blitz. The whiteout could stretch 1,000 kilometres across the UK, which is amazing because the UK isn't 1,000 kilometres wide. But there you go. It's experts in it. They know everything. They know nothing. Investigations after horror plane crash at UK airport cancelled several flights. The ATR-72 aircraft operated by Emerald Airlines for Aer Lingus suffered an emergency incident on the afternoon of December the 22nd. I remember talking about this at the time, but I didn't see a picture of it. Basically, the landing gear failed, but that just looks like everything's failed on it, because normally when a plane has the front landing gear failure, they kind of land it like that, so that the back end is down and that what wheels are there touch the ground first. But this is like that way around. So yeah, thankfully I don't think there were any major incidents, major injuries or deaths or anything, but not good. When is soon? Because I'm going away on Wednesday. Oh thanks, I'm going on a plane. Oh, this is going well, isn't it? I don't know, it doesn't tell you. It's clickbait, isn't it? Let's be honest. I know I don't click. UK tourists set to face new £12 per night tax when holidaying in Britain. Brits may have to pay a brand new tax when heading to UK campsites, hotels and B&Bs, as MPs are reportedly considering the new scheme, which could raise an estimated £1 billion and kill instantly the struggling holiday industry of the UK. Genius, this government. They can't do any right. I mean, they can't do any wrong. No, they can only do wrong. Oh well, whatever. World War III fears as Putin set to strengthen Iran alliance and world on a knife edge, allegedly. Russian dictator Vladimir Putin is set to meet Iranian dictator President Masoud Pezeshkian later this week, with fears of a deal allowing for a potential arms trade between the two. He basically needs more weapons, because North Korea have run out now, I would assume. They're also run out of soldiers to send as well, because they keep being captured by Ukraine. USA snaps giant kidney beans on Mars in hunt for signs of life on red planet. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, has spotted giant kidney bean looking frozen sand dunes on Mars that could help scientists work out was there ever life on the red planet. It also could not. And are they sand dunes or are they sand dips? Are they like bunkers? Because, you know, when lighting, have you ever done that? Have you seen that thing where we'll be able to do it soon, won't we? Where you put your face in the snowdrift and take it out, and then you put your camera over it. You don't know whether you've gone in or whether it's sticking out of it because of the thing. Sadie's man, Sir Jax, off to bed. Thanks for the stream, always fun to watch. Good night, everybody. Nearly finished, but yep, see you, mate. What's this one? Cops shout bingo after finding a massive £750,000 cocaine stash in a woman's car. Linda Lawrence, 58, had more than 9 kilograms of cocaine stashed in a cardboard box as she drove up the M6. The force estimates over £750,000 worth of cocaine was seized from the car. Excellent work, well done police. By the time they actually did what they were paid to do. But there you go, what can you do? Earthquake hits off the UK coast as room shake violently in 9th quake of 2025. The UK has been hit by a series of earthquakes since the start of 2025, with the largest of those being detected just 2 days ago and being felt as far away as Norway. Oh, feisty one you are. Move over Liz. There is a new lettuce-fearing politician fighting for her job. While she may represent a different political party, Labour Chancellor Rachel Reeves may be going head-to-head with the Daily Star's trusty Lettuce, just like former Prime Minister Liz Truss did. Indeed, although I still think Keir Starmer should have a lettuce where you just pour water on it, because that's what he is, a wet lettuce. Or is he a Terminator? Keir Starmer to unleash Terminator-style robot power, including real Skynet. Prime Minister Keir Starmer thinks the UK will become the great AI superpowers, despite some fears that the robotech could eventually turn on us. As long as it turns on Keir, I don't care. Meanwhile, a man picks up Mercedes from garage only to be left mortified by dash cam footage. Michael Hinsley was left horrified after discovering a garage worker had urinated on the front of his Mercedes while it was being washed at the Mercedes dealership. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Be honest, Mercedes, yeah, if it was a BMW, he'd have probably shat on it, because that's what they deserve. That'll wind someone up. UFO whistleblower taken to the underground military facility and shown alien tech, allegedly. Randy Anderson, a Greenberry, claims that he was taken to an underground military facility while on training in Indiana, where he saw objects described as off-world technology. Yeah, I scream, balls, poop. UK snow maps shows Beast from the East will bury the whole of Britain in days. Looks like you're not going on holiday. The UK has recently been subjected to a freezing cold spell that saw temperatures plummet below -10 for the first time centigrade this year, and now more snow is on the way. I knew I'd get a reaction. There you go. More countries set to follow Spain in new blow to Brits wanting to holiday homes. The likes of France and Portugal are set to follow Spain in a new blow for Brits wanting to own holiday homes in the sun, with locals fighting for affordable housing. It does seem ridiculous that people can buy houses abroad and then just visit them every now and then when they want for the same price as the locals. They put 100% tax on them, so if it's going to cost you, I don't know, €100,000, you're going to have to pay €200,000 for it, because the people who live there locally can't afford these houses because people are buying them. Should do it in England as well for second homes. Give people who live in rural areas like Cornwall and things like that a chance of actually being able to buy a house. End of Jan. Oh, that's the snow. So you might be alright, whoever's going on holiday. Oh, he's gone, Jax. A huge ice volcano looks set to blow as 130 earthquakes registered in 5 hours. Not in the UK, don't worry. One of the largest quakes of the swarm of more than 130 near the Barabunga volcano in Iceland reached the magnitude of 5.1, the country's Met Office said. So we could be getting more earthquakes. So you might be grounded by volcanic dust in the air. GTA 6 can't come soon enough as Rockstar Games shuts down a huge GTA 5 mod. The Liberty City Preservation Project has been taken offline by its creator after discussion with Rockstar Games, leaving GTA 6 fans downtrodden in the process. Sure, it's GTA 5 fans will be downtrodden in the process because they can't play their modded game. I helped retrieve non-human alien tech. I was 150 foot away from a white egg. This is a US Force veteran Jake Barber, and he's claimed to have been part of a long-rumoured UAP retrieval program and has shared his experience. Yeah, I mean, that guy doesn't look like he's on anything, does he? I mean, you never judge a book by the cover or anything, but he does look like a wrong gun. What's this? I can't believe it's 7 weeks until Pancake Day and the shops are already selling flowers and eggs. It is a disgrace, as Liz Truss would have said. This is a disgrace. I am fuming about this. Absolutely fuming. Anyway, I'm going to look at the news now from around what's been breaking whilst I've been breaking the news on air. HMPV warning sign as doctors say check your skin for unusual change. Maybe Michael Jackson had it then. McDonald's rival announces plan to open 1,100 new locations. McDonald's could do with doing the same because their drive-through service at the moment is shite. Warning issued about commenting on trial of alleged Southport attacker. Diane Langton, actress who played Nana Queen in Hollyoaks and trod the boards of the West End musicals. What's happened there? Don't know. Cass Exodus as Nigel Farage warns Rachel Reeves is driving businesses out of Britain. Well, that's obvious, isn't it? Primark launches biggest ever gymwear collection in response to huge customer demand. I suppose if the customers are huge, they probably need to lose weight, so maybe that's a good idea. UK government confirms new inquiry into grooming gangs, focusing on ethnicity. UK Prime Minister says UK will discuss peacekeeping troops in Ukraine with allies. New Trump portrait released, and it's drawn comparisons to his mugshot. I've not seen it yet, but that will be hilarious. US confident of ceasefire deal despite Israel delaying votes. Suspended Labour MP pleads guilty to assault. You remember the guy who beat up the guy on the street? We talked about it when it happened. Man jailed for 6.5 years for abusing partner who killed herself. 6.5 years, not enough. 4 years jailed for sickening transphobic attack planned on Snapchat. No one got David Lynch. Russian diplomat entered out of bounds area in Parliament just before Christmas. Crucial £40 million bailout after council's most embarrassing day. And that's in Liverpool Echo, so I assume it's Liverpool. Disgusting. Palestine activists left raging at Keir Starmer's ceasefire statement as they vow to continue marching through London. Large crowd turn out to welcome King to a food bank. They're not welcoming King to the food bank, they're actually there for the food at the food bank because everyone's skint because of the Labour government. A huge blow to Labour's Reform and Tories joint top in latest poll. BP to axe thousands of jobs as issues warning over oil and gas production. And this is a tragedy as well. Hollyoaks actor Paul Danan dies aged 46. He was described as a beacon of light. He was on many of the reality shows. He was like kind of a wannabe Joey Essex, that kind of character, but always seemed, decent guy. 46 is no age. Private school in Keir Starmer's constituency to close after Labour's double tax hit. All the businesses that have warned for price hikes for customers, which is what I was on about before, on the back of Rachel Reeves' budget, and there's a picture there of a Marks and Spencer's. Coley Nolan left utterly devastated by the death of sister Linda Nolan as tributes pour in. Labour doubles fees for gun ownership in new tax raid on rural communities. Recession fears grow as Rachel Reeves' disaster budget fuels backlash. And the Independents say why the UK economy is stubbornly flatlining. King of Benidorm fears end of Little England as Spain launches war on Brits. And villagers launch legal bid to block a 1,700 capacity super prison, NIMBYs obviously. Bank of England sent urgent interest rates warning to stop recession. So yeah, that's what's been going on. Well, I've been going on. See what I did there? And that is it. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are, on my new Thursday night show. I used to do it on Sundays, but Thursday night, and a bit earlier as well, 8 o'clock. I've been on for about an hour and a quarter, which is about average, to be fair. We've had 39 people watching. We've had 4 likes. We've got 8 people watching at the minute. Highest number of viewers we had was 12, which was fairly recently, to be fair. Average view duration is 12 minutes and 4 seconds. We've got 4 likes now, thank you. Been on for 1 hour and 15 minutes and 22 seconds. So a massive shout out to everyone who's contributed to the chat. Andy the Cyclist, Alan Barton, Smiling Mac, Angela O'Kane, Sadis Mesa, which is Jax, Buzzard County, and T, and that's it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. And all being well, I will see you again soon. Smiley Mac, did I say Smiley Mac? I thought Smiley Mac, did Smiley Mac come in? I've not seen Smiley Mac. What's Smiley Mac? There's people talking about Smiley Mac. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? Oh, new portrait of Donald Trump. So there you go. I'm on a bit of a delay here, so I can't. Alright, okay. Oh, you can see that now. Well, so go on the other screen. You might see it better on the other screen. So, well, I might see it better on the other screen. Oh yeah, there you go. That's pretty decent, isn't it? So that is that's the mugshot, and that's his portrait. Very similar. Very handsome man. Sorry. Oh, I let a bit of wee out there. So anyway, yeah, that is it. 12 minutes 29 average now. 5 likes. Thank you very much for the likes. If you want to subscribe, feel free. Thanks to my various. Looks moody. He is moody, isn't he? He's a right miserable git. He's going to be the Prime Minister soon, so you know. What's him looking miserable? Oh, I'm in soft focus now. Didn't like that. Didum. That sometimes helps. Although I'm turning it off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You've seen my ugly mush long enough. Anyway, thank you for watching, if indeed you still are. And all being well, I will see you again next time. So I will be seeing you. Until then, bye. Trouble Stormer.